Yo, don't you be a fool. You finna hear the truth, watch me do what I do. On the pod with the mic and I ain't keeping it cool. Gotta bring the heat, gotta hit the street. Gotta stay 100, they ain't scaring me. You wanna censor a boss, you wanna censor a king. I'm not taking a loss, facts is all I bring. I'm speaking candidly, ancestors they stand with me. It's Pharaoh and Dessalines, the blunt of reality.
What's going on, Bluntiers? It's your boy Dessalines.
Here with Pharaoh. What's going on? What's going on, Bluntiers?
Yeah. We got a special guest in the building today. We have the artist by the name of Mars. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you so much.
How's it going?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Okay.
I love what y'all been doing with the podcast. It's fire. You know, y'all topics are dope. I really love like the information y'all putting out there, how y'all putting everybody on. So it's tough. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. You got me blushing now. All right. We got you here. There's a song by an artist by the name of Iyah May. I heard this song and I thought it was the song of the decade. And I wanted to show everybody, because, you know, we run this crazy conspiracy podcast, but there are currently a lot of conspiracies that's going on as far as medically, around the world, wars. It's a lot going on, but to sum it up in a song and have it drip, like have it have drip, yeah, I just needed to discuss this with somebody. I wanted to hear y'all thoughts on everything. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Bluntiers, this song is called Karmageddon.
Ooh, that's a tough name.
By Iyah May.
Man-made virus, watch the millions die. Biggest profit of their lives. Here's inflation, that's your prize. This is Karmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporation.
All right. Now, I need to hear what y'all thoughts on this song is real quick.
Personally, I actually enjoy this song, man. This pretty much entails everything that the United States is going through, whether it's gender wars, big corporations, the corruption that's going on, just so many juicy topics, bro. And that's why I like this song a lot, man. She really did her thing on it. But yeah, man, this is very detailed, bro.
Mars, what about you? What's your thoughts on it?
So first of all, Bluntiers, before I get started, y'all ask me, where do I get off? Because I be having a lot to say. So I'm a multidisciplinary artist. And that includes also of the healing arts. Thank you. So to hear a lot, like, as an artist who not only, you know, makes music or writes, who sculpts, you know, I work in the healing arts, you know, as a massage therapist and as an acupuncturist. So, you know, health is something that it just intertwines with everything that I do. And first of all, when I heard this song, you know, when you listen to, like, the lyrics, like, the substance behind everything, the way the artist is able to, like, just sum it all up, like, it's noise. You know, what we're dealing with now is noise. But I think even the name of the song, Karmageddon, like, karma is one of those things that I love. And not for, like, obvious reasons. I think, you know, as a whole, society thinks karma is, oh, just wait till that person get their lick back. But karma is a lot bigger than just that. You know, it's the universal law of cause and effect.
Yeah.
So that's what she's talking about when, you know, we bring it all together. It's like you can't stand on one side. You can't have an opinion. It's like, it really makes you think, like, for real. You can't really have a thought of your own, because if someone disagrees with it, cancer culture have morphed so much that it's like, if you can be over here, you're still wrong. You can be over there, you're still wrong. Like, just hope we, you know, all make it out alive, you know. And I think I wrote, like, a few things that I felt like lyrics that just stood out to me. For example, who's a liar? Make 'em week, you know, the World Health Organization, like,
Mm-hmm.
who's a liar? Like, that could
facts.
go over people's head, and it's like,
Facts.
hold on, you know, that was tough.
Yeah.
And it's so small, but it was tough.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a double entendre, too.
Yep, that's a fact.
So, I think, personally, as a woman, and for another female artist to,
Well, we
like,
can't forget about that.
bring this level of awareness, like, in a time like this where you can say anything and you done up.
Right.
You know, but you have to have a lot of, like, bravery, and, you know, you got to stand up for how you feel and what you believe in and what you see. So I totally commend Iyah for sharing her voice in this light.
Yeah,
Right.
facts, facts.
A couple fun facts about it. It's crazy you mentioned that you healing specialist. She's actually a licensed doctor.
Oh, wow, that's what's up.
And not only that, you're talking about she's not afraid to say anything. She got dropped by her label and her manager for dropping this track. You know, because of all the controversial things in it. And you know, I do agree with you as far as the karma is concerned. My biggest thing is the lyric that really grasped me because I first saw it on Instagram. Right, I don't know how it popped up on timeline, but I'm grateful it did. But the hook begins with "Man-made virus, watch the millions die," which is profound to me. Because you know it is proven that there are man-made viruses, and these viruses made by man somehow gets released into the public because they're so careful with it, right? And you know, I'm not gonna name any specific diseases at this point, but you know, it was so profound. And then the whole who's a liar thing, I thought was extremely clever. And you know, when she's talking about the corporations are, you know, they're lying. Politicians paid for life. I'm like, okay, she's talking some shit right now.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, this is all the truth about what's going on in the world. And I personally think it was like the song of the decade because if you were to encapsulate this as far as what's going on right now in the world, you know, on a factual based level, and she's a doctor at the end of the day too. So she's more logical in the way she thinks. So these lyrics have more of a sniper on the top of a building type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because she's really precise with it.
Yeah.
That's what doctors are. They're surgical. You feel what I'm saying? This for lack of a better word, is a surgical, lyrical piece of work. Now, do you guys think it's gonna be getting more popular or less popular? Because it just dropped like a couple weeks ago.
How many views does she have now on it?
I'm not sure, but it's going up by the day.
You know what's interesting? I don't hear too much. You said that she's from Australia, right?
Yeah.
We don't hear too many people making noise as far as like truth being brought out in Australia that much. That's just me, right? That's just me.
Well,
I don't.
yeah, we
like
don't
as
know.
far as like musically,
Right, we don't
like
know.
you feel me?
There's some probably Australian artists or whatever, but as far as Australian politics, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not
about
too.
it.
But this makes people aware of what's really going on, man. And if it's going on in Australia, it's going on here, it's going on all around the world. So
I think it also points, you know, the United States is not invisible.
word.
You know, this long adage that we're this great place, but it's sure, but look what we dealing with. Noise all day long.
facts.
Noise. You know, so
And oftentimes people talk about America as basically like the central, like it's in the middle of everything, all the things, like all the corruption in the world too. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So, it's a lot. It's a lot in this song that made me want to share it. And Blunteers, feel free to go ahead and listen to it yourself. And she's basically summing up everything. For those who know, y'all know about hip hop, right? Like as far as who's the one that does a end of the year recap song every year? Y'all know what I'm talking
Uncle
about?
Murder.
Uncle Murder. Have you heard those? You heard any of those tracks before? Okay, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun if you look into it. But basically, he recaps all the cultural things that's been happening for the year. Sometimes political, but he does it every year. this right here kind of reminded me of that. I'm like, yo, this is exactly everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
Makes a lot of sense.
because and it's also like we all. What I open up my phone on a Monday morning and start scrolling. You get what I'm saying? That's the culture now. Everybody's on their phone, they scrolling, whatever social media, wherever you get your news from, and it's exhausting. And she caught that feel, I believe, in the beginning. I don't know. It would be an honor to actually speak to her directly and know what was going through her mind, man. To be honest, do you think that we will be able to get to this place where we all believe and understand the same thing as far as reality is concerned? Because not everybody believes in everything that she was saying in this song. Like, you get what I'm saying?
What part might be unbelievable?
Well, the skeptics. Well, technically, the virus didn't kill millions of people. Oh, technically, not all politicians.
Yeah, all the
are.
geniuses in the world.
You know what I'm
together.
saying? Like, technically, not all politicians are paid for live. You know, technically, corporations don't lie all the time. Like,
You want to hear my thoughts? I think that we're going to a place of, I think we're already here actually, of people coming with the same conclusions that, big corporations and governments are corrupt, and it's pretty much control. So everybody's speaking the same thing. It's just the action that's going to take place behind it. There's a lot of people talking. There's more people talking about what's going on than ever. And that's why they're probably doing they're doing a big job of just trying to cover everything up, distract you with a whole lot of shit. So, I don't know. This was, like you said, the song of you said decade? Yeah. I think actually probably the song of the century, but,
I mean, that's
powerful. There's a lot of shit going on, man. This is this is everything right here. This is the basis of everything that we pretty much talk about. So, like you said, you use the word profound. Yeah. I mean, so that's what I believe, man.
I wanted to bring up this lyric again. You mentioned it with the who's a liar. She mentioned Fauci. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but in several countries they got beef with Fauci. And in her lyrics, she said, "And I've still got a beef, 'cause Fauci's laughing and we've been asleep. And who's a liar and it's running deep. Big Pharma finna eat, the devil make him weak." She ate in those bars.
She sound like she a rapper.
She ate that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Like she's spitting bars.
She ate that shit, yo. She ate that shit. And mentioning
somebody throw on the mic, yo.
Nah, for real. But with the whole Fauci and the whole vaccinated situation that we had going on, I don't know. Not a lot of people are speaking about that in their songs. I believe, you feel me? But yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully we get to speak to her one of these days, or
I see it in the future.
Yeah. I think I see it too. I think I see it too. Mars, is there any other thoughts you had before we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
I think it's crazy that we're still talking, or we still have to talk about what's going on between Israel and Palestine.
Right.
And I don't know if it's just the age that we're in right now where information is so wide open because the internet is more and more wide open. But, I remember being in undergrad and this was a thing.
Right.
This has never not been a thing. And so I think the question, and that's how I feel about the lyrics and how I feel about the song, like, when does it stop?
Yeah.
Right.
When does it stop? When does the buck stop rolling? And I think that's the question that, a lot of us should begin to ask ourselves, particularly those of us who are younger. Not to be too political about anything, but, sometimes makes me think, maybe more of us young folks need to start, taking those steps. Because when I look at who's in government, y'all need to get out the way.
Right.
Yo, facts.
Y'all need to get out the way.
Yeah, and you see they're old and out of shape, and it's just like, your time is up.
And how many more, children need to pass? How many more women need to go through things? How many more, what is this about? This is dumb.
It's war, man.
It's dumb.
like politics around the world is a little bit much at this point in time. Politics is hard to get deep into because when you start to really go down that rabbit hole, you understand who's really the powers that be, and you like a lot of times these wars are initiated by people that we don't even know, and it needs to be continued because of some nefarious people. I have some ideas. I recently watched this show that was about the CIA, but it basically goes deep into that whole psychosis of these politicians in the White House and how they move and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation we could have right there.
Don't you be a fool, you finna hear the truth, watch me do what I do. On the pod with the mic and I ain't keeping it cool. Gotta bring the heat, gotta hit the street. Gotta stay 100, they ain't scaring me. You wanna censor a boss, you wanna censor a king. I'm not taking a loss, facts is all I bring. I'm speaking candidly, ancestors they stand with me. It's Pharaoh and Dessalines, the blunt of reality.